Hey, happy Friday to you all. I just had to talk about this real fast. We're going to do this on the show today, and it's going to be a fun one. Um, Listen to this. Bob Ferguson, Governor Bob Ferguson, Washington State. He posted this. He said, "Yeah, historic milestone yesterday with the signing of a carbon market linkage agreement with California and Quebec. This sets the stage for large-scale greenhouse gas reductions and long-term investment in clean energy across our jurisdictions. At a moment when the federal government is abandoning science-driven policy and climate leadership, Washington State is moving forward." It's a picture of Bob Ferguson squinting at the camera, and then also you have Jay Inslee in the background, just kind of hovering, clapping. I guess he came back from Idaho for the moment. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if he lives in Idaho. There's a rumor that he lives in Idaho, but I don't know if that's true. It would make sense tax-wise because it's very cheap in Idaho. Whatever. Let's move on. What this agreement does, Washington, California, and Quebec are now signing into this agreement where they're going to merge their three cap and invest programs. So they have these three carbon markets. Washington State has the Climate Commitment Act, which, as you all know, adds like 55 or 60 cents a gallon onto your gas when you purchase it. And California has their version. Quebec also has their version. And they got together. They said, what if we made like a Bermuda Triangle and we all work together, and then it's going to be really tough for anybody to oppose us. The problem with this is many, many things. Obviously, it's not going to make your life any less expensive, which I would hope would be the goal of these people, but I don't think that's what their goal is. California has a different way of doing things. You and I have no say in California politics, but California politics will now have a say in how you live your life in Washington, directly affected by this tax. You don't have a say in how Quebec runs their parliamentary process, any of that, their elected leaders, how much their, is it a premier? Is that what they call their leader? Whoever. I don't even know. They're going to have a say in directly how it affects your bottom line when it comes to when you buy gas. That seems crazy to me. How are they doing this? All right, so Bob Ferguson gets up to the podium, and somebody from, I think this guy's from Quebec, he asks a question of Bob Ferguson, and Bob Ferguson doesn't want to answer the question, and so he passes it off. Anybody else want listen to this? We'll listen to it together.
Quebec, what's the current calculation for Washington and Quebec plus Quebec and California in the increases in their pump prices due to their cap and trade programs, and how much what's the estimate for how much this agreement would bring those prices down?
All right, all totally fair questions. I would assume you're going to get three. The connection of these three economies makes them like the fourth largest economy in the world. I would assume that there probably was, and there's a lot of people standing on stage. One of them must have done these calculations. Yes, right? You think?
Anybody want to take that one on? I can give a non-answer. Yeah. Thank you, John.
Let me give you a little insight if you guys are not haven't watched this video. So Bob Ferguson says, does anybody want to answer that question? Kind of looking around like, crickets. And who steps forward with, I don't know if this is liquid confidence or whatever it is, but Joe Fitzgibbon steps forward and he takes the microphone.
So,
by the way, to laughs. And he says, what did he say?
Want to take that one on? I can give a non-answer. Yeah. Thank you.
Can you imagine saying that out loud in front of press, and then everybody just kind of chuckles with you and laughs like, I could give a non-answer. I won't tell you, and I'll just say words. If you're just looking for somebody to say words, I'm happy to step up.
John, so as we've extensively discussed since the passage of the program, right, there are compliance costs that the Climate Commitment Act imposes on fuel suppliers.
By the way, let me finish the statement here.
And then it's up to them how much of those costs they choose to pass on to people at the pump, right?
Okay. Our hands are clean. It's up to them how much they want to pass on to you guys. I guess they don't understand how taxes work. Beatnik Doctor, somebody I follow on social media, they posted about this, and I did a little research into their post, and it turns out it looks like it's true. Per household, just for fuel costs, since this was implemented in 2023, $5,000 per household. That's a lot of money. And it bleeds into every single thing that we do in Washington State. If you don't think it's going to get more expensive, then you probably are a fan of Joe Fitzgibbon. If you don't remember why Joe Fitzgibbon's name rings a bell, it's because during the millionaire tax discussion, he literally showed up drunk to one of the committees. And I think he might be the most powerful Democrat on that committee. He shows up drunk to one of the committees and sounded like this.
Representative Fitzgibbon. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I really want to thank you for your work on this budget. And I also want to say,
You're also beautiful.
want to thank the members of the minority party for their amendments on this budget, which, while they were mostly not accepted.
They're all dismissed. These are the people who are going to make all of our lives more expensive. It seems crazy to me, but who knows? We're going to discuss it on the show. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you don't miss it. All right. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.